Hello, am I audible? Yeah, thank you. I think I need a little more introduction about myself because we had a recent growth in our office. I think because of the way how the country is going, there are a lot of opportunities. I think the growth rate, what we can expect in the country for every person, is really exponential. I think because of that, most of you probably will not be even knowing us. And like us, there are many people in this country because there are so many opportunities. So I actually did my degree about RVC architecture. Then I did masters in University of Sydney. Worked in various multinational companies and also worked in small offices so that I get variety of exposures within my life. Then I started my office in 2009 with a little number of people, not knowing where actually it will lead to. But I think we have lots of ups and downs in our office. But recently, I think the way how things are going are really, really good. Right now, we are a team of 10 to 15 members, and we are planning to grow, to 25 to 30. And for which, whatever the previous office that we have actually demolished it and taking it to the next one. And the reason why I'm saying all these things is, I think we have a lot of opportunities. If we include aesthetics into lifts, the lifts business will actually grow into multiple, exponential way. Because whatever looks beautiful, it gets sold very quickly. We cannot ignore this particular beauty, in the name of technicality. I think most of the times these lifts are actually stuck in logical debates and technical debates, and these particular aesthetics are always taking a back seat. I think it needs to come to the front seat. Most of us, we talk about, how much money it costs and what is the value of it. I think, if at all it looks beautiful, we don't mind opening the purse a little extra. So if at all we need to grow fast, we need aesthetics to be in place. But aesthetics is a little complex in terms of understanding it because we all have different aesthetics within our, mind. What I like, you probably will not like it. So you do not know how to really make the business out of it. But we live and breathe within that particular section where there is complete uncertainty of what actually has to be done. A little introduction about our field. So ours is actually a creative field. Creative field basically means we do things that no one knows, not even we know what we are going to land up at. So we are basically a blind kind of a people, the way how that person was walking from that particular backstage to the front stage. Our life is basically filled with that. We are always going to get some kind of surprises in our life. Till the time we don't get surprise result, we don't stop ourselves. We continuously move on. If the elevator business has to grow exponentially, I think you need to integrate architects more than what actually the field is, ready for. Because we have the capacity, or probably the aesthetics have the capacity to move the emotions of everyone and making this business into a grand success. And it will also see a lot of other innovations as part of, the amount of money that it actually gets into the business is going to be exponential. Fine. Basically, what is architecture? Architecture basically means connecting spaces with people. You want to experience them really good. And the kind of projects that we are actually doing are residential, commercial, retail institutions, auditoriums, villas, and apartments. I thought I will be limited to only residences, but I think God was good, and the country is really growing. Can I go to the next slide? Okay. We started in a small room. After that, we entered into that particular place. Now, the team is again growing. So we had to even demolish this space and getting into the next one. Get to the next one. So now we are actually increased by almost 5 folds in our office space. This is our new office. So get to the next one. So today's topic is about customization of elevators to improve the aesthetics and create grandeur. I think no one wants to be in a place where it is not aesthetically appealing. So the reason why we feel lifts, as soon as you get in, you want to really get out. So I think there is a place for it to improvise. Otherwise, you probably would like to party in the lift. So if at all we need that particular thing to happen, we need art to be part of it. Get to the next one. Okay. Here, I'm not here to lecture anyone because aesthetics is not a subject of one particular identity or a group of people. Aesthetics are part of all humanity. We really crave for aesthetics. So I think I would like to call myself more as a human than as an architect, because where aesthetics are, humans are really bold. So I'm here to share my observations and experiences on the topic with an open mind for discussion. So as it is aesthetics, it is vulnerable to have a lot of debates. If anyone has any questions on that particular thing, we are open for it. We identified some spaces where there could be a scope of improvisation on aesthetics of the elevators. So we will try to discuss that in the coming thing. We have shared a few topics with which one can explore customization. You probably would not need an architect. If at all you are human, you can explore them. You don't need any support even from the technical team if you want to make your lift look more beautiful and good looking. I think we're all good to go for that. Covered one, we have covered one of the projects in which we had an opportunity to design the elevator probably in a very engaging way. I think the project actually has given a lift, a center stage, in which the project was built around the lift. It's that important in that particular project. So go to the next slide. See, when it comes to glass elevators are seamlessly connected with the context of the building. You don't need to do much within the elevator because they are not going to give you an effect of box. Because when you are going up and down, the environment around that becomes a part of the experience of the person who is going through the lift. There is no such kind of an effect that you really want to get out of the lift, because now you are able to add the same architecture or the surroundings into your experience and then make it really enjoyable. You really want to spend a little extra time in the elevator. So glass lifts does not have any need to add aesthetics as long as they are being placed strategically in its location. Generally, they are placed in the courtyards, in the atriums, or at the periphery of the buildings, so that it actually includes as much surroundings into its experience. So probably the elevators are enjoying the architect's effort for free of cost. Get to the next slide. See, there is a need for attention in one particular place. Elevators need more attention on aesthetics only when they are disconnected from the building, surroundings, and end up becoming metal cabin that transport people from point A to point B vertically. I think that is the place where it needs to improvise. And I think not all the locations we are having a way where we can actually give only glass as a solution for the lift. There are certain technical issues or the requirements from the client where we are actually, we need to program it with certain kind of a privacy factors, and then it ends up becoming just a mere metal blocks. You can put lights, you can put metal, you can put flashy things, but still you want to get out. So if this is the kind of condition of the lift, what exactly it has a future? For sure, I think, get to the next stage. I think, yeah, customizations. I think there are certain basics we can always, improvise as and how the technology is getting part, as and how the technology is improvising. We may have to improvise our even basics. We need to serve things a little better. So we looked into certain basic aspects of the elevator where we probably can add certain things. They are debatable. There are certain companies which are providing those things. Certain companies are not providing it. If the basics are not being attended properly, where is the scope of making it grandeur? You need the basics to be right. If at all you take a car, a basic car probably will have one airbag. But when you actually go to the luxury car, you need 6 airbags or even more. So the basics have to be attended. Just making aesthetics beautiful, it's not going to serve the purpose. Aesthetics, I think being bored is our fundamental right. So as long as you're bored, we are having a lot of scope to improvise in that particular location. It's only our boredom which is actually challenging the creativity and making it better and better and better. If you're not bored, why do you want anything better? So if there is no better, where are aesthetics? Where are improvisations in the field? Take to the next one. Right. Top up on basics. I think time to time we have to really cut basics with every new invention in the society. The first fear that we actually have is when you get into the elevator, especially when it is a box, you need a mobile network if you're trapped. You can have multiple systems in place which are parallel and which are also efficient. We can actually be saved from that particular things. But I think having a mobile network will allow us to connect with our dear ones. Probably we'll have some kind of a time pass with them when we are trapped. They may not be able to help us technically, but for sure, it makes us pass through that particular difficult 1 or 2 minutes time with little more ease. Next, adding a universal, no, sorry, go back. I think there are some more few points. Yeah, adding a universal phone charging signal, if at all there is some kind of an unfortunate accident or any kind of a stuck, probably you may say like, we will come in about half an hour. Man, we know the traffic conditions in Bangalore. You are not going to make it for sure. So it's better that you actually have some charging point so that people like us have some time pass within the cabin. We can be a little away from tensions and spend some unique time within the elevator. Probably we can even post some things in the Instagram, but please provide us some charging space. Then emergency battery light with fan can be installed in the lift. Okay, in case they are not actually, if they are connected with the regular system of the lift, you may lose the connection with that. It's better that you actually have some kind of a thing that is possible to be on a charging station where you take it into the hand and then use it. Maybe you can actually add a selfie ring on it so that people actually can use that particular thing as posting for Instagram. Then a first aid kit. I'm not really sure. I know I was never stuck, but my clients have got stuck. In the initial times of the lift, there was a serious panic. It's not a small thing. What I'm saying, having a connectivity with the dear ones by the mobile phone is not a small thing. Because after she actually went into the lift, she had to collect a lot of courage to get back into the lift. Maybe after 3 months, she went into the lift of her own house. Because the phobia can be real. We may take it easy being technical people. The one who is not informed, how long will it take? They're always going to be in panic. Problems are not sometimes measurable. They are but real within our psychological space. Other person cannot see it, but we experience it. Then we may have to keep it mic and speaker at every landing with the AI assistance. Why? Because what I see is they generally give this mic and speaker assistance only on the ground floor, not on any other levels. Some of the companies, not all. There are certain people that I spoke over here in the expo. They are having at multiple landing levels. This allows us to quickly connect with the people, and people who come into the apartments or anything. I'm really doubtful whether they are actually being informed on the way how the lift has to be used. Not all the people can actually read. As we spoke about handicapped people, you can understand they for sure do not know how to use that particular technique. But if you are having certain kind of a embossed item, they can actually manage to connect with that particular thing. Imagine the one who cannot speak, and if that person gets stuck, what are you going to do? Whatever the technology that we are having in terms of support mechanism is only on speaking. Is there anything else? I don't know. So display, and I think regarding the maintenance, I think if you need to step into the land of luxury, we definitely need to keep the things clean and functioning smooth, for which the accountability of the staff who is actually doing it is a mandatory thing. You may have to display some ID cards within the lift who is actually maintaining that particular thing, give star rating and reward them for whatever that actually they are doing it. So in this process, we will definitely have the lifts in a much better functioning way. So go to the next slide. Okay, aesthetics. I think all of you have seen design. Am I right? Some design. What is design? Can anyone try to attempt it? Yes, it is repetitiveness. See, in our understanding, I think it has taken a lot of time for us being in the profession of design to understand what is the meaning of design. Design is basically putting things together driven by desire. We have a desire, you have many items, objects, issues, many technology kind of things. So you may have to add all of that particular thing to get a balance within your result, and for which you need a person who understands things in technicality, in psychological space, in the aesthetics, in traditions, in culture, in relation. You need everything. Human brain is complex. It's not going to be satisfied just with your technicality and safety mechanism, speed, comfort. No, there are quite a lot for the human brain. And that is the reason why there are so many fields where actually, serving the human requirement. The human requirement is not simple. They are very complex. Human brain is really complex. If you find another being in this world walking on two legs, I think we'll be really scared. That unique we are. Arriving at a design solution is relatively easy with design solutions are taken from the past. How do you do designs all by yourself? See, if you do not make these lifts better, all these cabins that are actually like box, metal box, if you don't make them better, you will have to really struggle hard to actually make this as a business. Yes, you may sell for the sake of actually making the comfortability of going from point A to point B vertically. But if you don't convert them into some kind of a passion, I want to own a lift, I think the business cannot grow exponentially. Definitely the lifts have actually come a long way from becoming part of a special building to a common household. It has definitely come to that particular thing. Not because of the greatness of the lift in certain things, only because real estate has grown so much, people are planning to add more square foot of space even in the residences. There is not even a single residence, or I think there is one residence that we have done which is without a lift, that is only G plus half. The rest of the buildings all have lifts. We cannot live without lifts, but we are scared of box if we are trapped. And not in all circumstances we can think of actually having a glass, right? Now, here I am not going to actually give any kind of, I think we need to give aesthetics to the hands of everyone, whoever are our customers. If they can decorate the lift the way how they decorate their main door, if they can decorate the lift the way how they can actually decorate their foyer, if they decorate the things the way how they decorate their bedrooms, if they can decorate things the way how they are decorating their elevations, then we got the place for the lifts being right. They are definitely ignored in terms of aesthetics. They have absolutely zero value beyond the necessity because we don't connect with them emotionally. Emotions are very important for human beings. We may debate on logics, but all logics are here to serve our emotions. If our emotions say no, all our logics have to go into the world and search for some more things that can satisfy our emotions. So definitely emotions cannot be ignored. There is a saying that you're an emotional fool if at all you're using emotions. Believe me, you can actually even experiment. All your logics are here only to serve your emotions. Aesthetics cannot be ignored. Aesthetics are totally related with emotions, and all our emotions are very reactive in nature. If you do not do things properly, they get rejected. No matter whatever the kind of things that you debate on logics, it's not going to serve, because aesthetic says or emotion says, I just hate it, means you don't look at it. You can give any equations to it. Right. There are certain tools that probably I want to actually share, which we are actually doing, which we use it in day-to-day process in designing. So the tools probably are, in case you want to design something, just simply copy. You will get some design. Right? Follow trend or fashion, you may get something, but which will anyway die. So you will be really under stress. How do I really run my business if at all they actually die? Go to the next slide. Then you can actually use a tool, a tradition or a heritage. Every region has a rich tradition. Mix and match of traditional elements can provide a wide range of design solutions. This is a lift from a Victorian styling, the first one, whatever that we see. I think we were very artistic before, believe me. We became a box now. I think we need to really up the game. Next, you can actually use replica, copy old items with new materials. It really creates an interest. You can see the bag actually in a stone. Next, a replica is another sample there. Then abstract, trigger the imagination of experiencer. As soon as they look at it, they must feel it is communicating. It allows the people to get really connected. If you don't connect the lifts with the experiencer, and if they are thinking they are just using the lifts, they will use them like, sorry to use the word, dustbins. Next, DIY, do it yourself. Leave it to the customers and reward them. Encourage them, give them a panel so that they actually add things, post it on Instagram, make it viral, the way how they are actually using on the lift. Right? These are all the DIYs. Probably we could manage to find it on internet. Then keep it interactive. New avatar for floor that is COP basically, like a vending machine. If at all you are in a school or anything like that, probably you can add a vending machine for every floor button. You get some chocolate out. So some kind of a thing. Aesthetics are like this. They look cheap in the beginning, but they have some power. Because we are grown, we may not respect that particular idea. We may call it as what silly is this, but no, it means quite a lot for the kid. Next, make it a dance floor. No, sorry, go back. Make it a dance floor, or try to find a handrail which has a bum rester. So connect the people with the lifts emotionally. Get next. They have a story to share that I got a chocolate in the lift. Right, next. Right. Then art and artifacts. You probably can actually manage to add some kind of an art and artifact on every panel with certain kind of a meaning into that particular thing. And illusions also can be created in which you can make the experience different. But take the point that if you do not keep the design contextual, they look really meaningless. The chocolate one, if at all you put it in IT building, I do not know how exactly it works, or probably in a library, I do not know how it really works. You are a good judge for it. Next slide. Grandeur. This step is impossible if it does not, if it does not have, yes, I think the same point. Basically, if the clients do not aspire to have a luxury lift, where is the chance for us to actually even create? Most of the clients are not even asking for a luxury lift. Why? Because there is no space like that. I think we can actually take bathroom fittings as one of the case study. What is their journey? Incredible journey. Where did they start? Just mere water coming from the river into your bathrooms. But now where are they? Now you are able to play with it. You are able to really have such kind of thing. Each fixture is around some 30 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs, just shower. What is it doing? Just pouring water onto you. Right? So if you really want to make this business really profitable, connect with aesthetics, not with logics. Where the logics end, magic starts. Grandeur needs to hit uniqueness at the core while touching every aspect of design. Engineering, perfection in execution by the passionate team of designers, vendors, engineers, last but not the least, client. If client doesn't have a desire, what will all we do? Nothing. We'll just be sitting quietly trying to find some mosquitoes if we can actually manage to hit the mosquitoes. We need to create certain kind of a market. If the market is not there, people like us will be jobless. Next. Right. We have done a project for Kadabam's IKEA. Sorry, I think, yeah. We have done a project in which, what I actually said in the beginning, it's a project around the lift. The project plan got approved only because of lift. I think it's going to be a very interesting project for anyone who is interested on lift business to have a look into this particular thing. The client is basically Mr. Kadabam Ramesh, and the house name is Kadabam's IKEA. Location is in Singapore Gardens, Bangalore. We were lucky to have a good team, so we attempted Grandeur for the elevator in this project. because it is technical. We need to be informed. Most of the people who are technical, sometimes they are not able to share everything that is needed for the designers to actually design. They lack in communication sometimes. If you do not have the information, how do we design? Design is actually trying to put things together. 2 minutes. With the help of virtual reality, we could manage to get the client's aspirational values back to track. Get to the next one. So this is the plan. So this is the lift. Lift is really large. It's about 10 feet by 11 feet. So you go to the next one. And the house basically starts at the reason why I'm saying about the house plan is basically you need to have the context if you want to make it beautiful. The house basically starts at first floor. The ground floor is clubhouse and rest other facilities. So there is no one to receive them. It is only the lift that will receive. How do you want the lift to receive where there are no humans? AI? I do not know. You are the best judge. So this is the first floor where you are having the father's residence here, son's residence, younger son's residence over here, and that's the lift lobby. Go to the next one. This is the next floor, elder son. The father's space is actually on 2 floors. So he is able to connect with 2 sons with the help of a staircase or even the lift. Go to the next one. So this is the result of that particular project. Just a little context is needed before you see the lift. It's getting time. This is the main door, which is made out of copper, and this is the lift. You can't expect the lift to be like a box if you have a house which is really grand. You need quite a lot for it, not just a metal with some kind of engravings. There is a story that needs to run, otherwise these things don't work. Luckily, we had a vendor who could manage to give us all the technical inputs that are needed so that we could manage to create something on top of it. Go to the next slide. So this is the lift. You can see the dimensions, 12 feet by 11 feet, minus 2 feet both sides, 8 feet by 10 feet is the basic lift dimensions that we could manage to get it. So type of elevator is passenger elevator. It's basically hydraulic lift. Capacity of the elevator, we limited it to 8 numbers. Luxury, we cannot make red bus. Though the car size is big, we actually managed to convince the client to limit it to 8 passengers. We gave 1,360 kgs for that particular thing. That all the balance one goes only onto the interior design. Travel distance is 39 feet. Lift car inside is 9 feet by 10 feet. Lift car finishes are Korean, leather, wood, laminate, PVD. Believe me, there are so many new good materials that are coming. Go to the next slide. So here basically we try to take Mysore. Client is basically from Mysore, and his dream is to integrate those kind of things into the residence. So what better place than elevator, because the elevator is coming down. So we thought of actually making it as a gallery or probably like a museum, anecdotes of all the heritages of Mysore. Elevator being a primary experience for guests, we chose to make it as a focal point to immerse them in cultural essence of Mysore. So go to the next slide. Next, keep moving, keep moving. Keep moving. So this is the grandness of the lift. So this is the entrance lobby. Go to the next one. This is the lobby of a residence, not a hotel or anything like that. So go to the next one. So that's the lift, what you see. What actually it comes as soon as you get into the lift, there are certain kind of artifacts which will actually ignite in terms of your imagination, and then you will have a nice journey for that 1 minute. But still, you have a nice introduction about the client and their origins, thanks to the lift. Next. Next. There are even chairs and other things, just to say that you're taken care. Go to next. I think we all mostly recognize all these particular things. Go to the next one. Yeah, this is all leather that we did. Next. Even the floor is actually handicap proof. It's all completely textured. So you experience that particular difference when compared to the rest of the space. Go to the next one. So this is from inside the house. Next one. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Next. Next. Create aspirations if you really want to make a business. Emotions are the key if you really want to hit big numbers, not logics. Next. Thank you. Thank an elevator today for picking you up when you're down. Thank you. Oh,
Wasn't that wow? Can we have a round of applause for Sudheer and his creation? I would request Mr. T. Bruce to step on stage and give him the memento. Thank you for making this wonderful presentation and teaching us the importance of aesthetics. Thank you so much. And with that, we move on to the concluding panel discussion for today. Has it been a information-packed day for all of you?